I would like to quickly address a sound clip in which William Lane Craig asserts that if naturalism is true, then our cognitive faculties are the product of an evolutionary process, which is not aimed at the production of true beliefs, but rather aimed at beliefs that help you to survive. He then claims that this is a defeater for naturalism, because our cognitive faculties are selected for their survival value, not for their truth-cracking ability, and that, therefore, beliefs you hold are beliefs you have simply because they have survival value, not necessarily because they have truth value. This particular argument is riddled with so many fallacies that it's difficult for me to choose where best to begin. But, in any case, the fallibility of our brains is not a defeater for naturalism. It is a known fact that our beliefs can be wrong, but that does not make naturalism any less true, nor does it make the case for any divine creator any more substantive. In fact, it is one of the tenets of methodological naturalism that our beliefs about the world can be wrong, and that all beliefs should be rigorously evaluated and tested so that we can hopefully avoid believing in something which may be false. Or at the very least, we might avoid believing in something for which there is no good reason, aside from ingrained cultural biases and personal preferences. Human fallibility is a matter of fact, as any honest person will admit that they themselves are prone to making mistakes in judgment, despite their convictions in the subject, and admitting to our limitations does not dispose of naturalism. But on the contrary, since all the available evidence seems to indicate that our brains are the product of a very long evolutionary process, it makes sense that some of our beliefs would be completely incongruent with reality. There are many viable theories about the way in which human intelligence may have developed through eons of population mechanics with natural selection. And while this process might not ever produce a flawless specimen, it does help to ensure the survival of a cognitive organism if the beliefs of that organism aligns with reality to a certain degree. And it could be argued that false beliefs about tangible things are less likely to benefit that organism. But beliefs about the abstract can sometimes have an inverse effect on the same organism, even if these beliefs are false. Abstract belief structures can unite people on a very large scale, and seeing a purpose, even when there isn't one, would have many obvious benefits for a primitive human. But it's unclear to me how positing the Christian God into this equation would solve anything. Alleging that we're created with intent hasn't been demonstrated and doesn't negate the fact that we're still fallible. Even the Bible recognized and utilized this fact to its advantage. So, for the sake of argument, let's suppose that the Christian God is real. He is all-powerful, all-knowing, and all-loving. Yet this deity decided to create us all so stupid that every one of us is prone to making phenomenal mistakes in our beliefs, which could result in our eternal damnation, because this deity allegedly rewards those who believe in him for no good reason, but punishes those who doubt his existence because his existence is not evident to them. This does not sound like the rational or loving work of an all-powerful creator, but rather the doctrine of a man-made establishment, which exploits our fears and hopes to make everyone submissive to it. The sound clip ends with Craig reminding us that even Charles Darwin had doubts about his own mind, and the video maker places a quote from one of Darwin's letters, which reads, "With me, the horrid doubt always arises whether the convictions of man's mind, which has been developed from the mind of lower animals, are of any value, or at all trustworthy. Would anyone trust the convictions of a monkey's mind, if there are any convictions in such a mind?" This doubt of Darwin's is a very valid one indeed, and it does not negate the truth of the theory he proposed, but it does reinforce my central point that everyone, even the most intelligent people, are fallible.